Friday, June 2nd, 2023, and here are my 3 free best bets. Let's go. What's up, guys? It's your boy Noble Living back with another DYF Bets video for you where I'm breaking down my favorite picks, plays of the day so we can run up the bag this month of June. Last night, we did lose our 3-game winning streak. We did not get it done. We did cash it on the Nuggets and Astros parlay, even though the Astros did change pitchers. If you did replace that when I put out a new play inside the Telegram group, but they still cashed anyway. Either way, if you took the Astros or if you took the Red Sox, it doesn't matter. We still cashed out. We did lose on the Nuggets first half team total on the hook. It depends on where you got it at. If you grabbed it in the morning, then you would have lost it because it's opened up at 59.5. By game time, it was at 58.5, so that would have cashed. So depending on where you got it at. And then Caleb Martin, big old goose egg for my brother there. Regression game, it happens. But hey, I was trying to ride the hot trend and it happened. So 1-2 on the day. You can see our year-to-date record right here. We're still over 500 in all the sports, and we're looking to run it back today. So as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this video so this way you can stay up to date on all my best bets and picks. And make sure you have those notifications turned on as well, as sometimes I don't put out the alert inside my Telegram group or in some of my other groups until after the video is posted for a little while, just because I travel a lot and things of that nature. So make sure you have that notification on so as soon as that video goes live that you guys can get those alerts. All right, so now let's dive into the first best bet. So for my first best bet of the day, I'm looking at the Mets on the first 5 money line. The best odds I've seen is -125 on Bet365. Now, like I mentioned in the past, I'm putting out a little bit more first 5s just because the bullpens have been a little bit shaky for me lately. So I just want to depend solely on the starting pitcher matchup as much as possible. And it's been working out so far in my favor. And I think today is a really good matchup as we have Justin Verlander versus Chris Bassett on the mound. Verlander's 2-2 on the year with a 4.8 ERA, while Chris Bassett is 5-4 with a 3.8 ERA. Justin Verlander has been a little shaky since his return from injury, putting together like a good start here, and then he'll have a bad start, then he'll have a good start and a bad start. So he's coming off a performance at Coors Field in which he gave up 9 hits, 6 earned runs over 5 innings. So that was his bad start. So, today I'm expecting to be a good start. And truthfully, I'm going to kind of give him a little bit grace on that Rockies performance. One, because it was at Coors Field, so that's a very hitters-friendly ballpark. That game ended like 10-7. And then 2, the Rockies have been one of the best teams in all of baseball this past month in terms of team OPS. I think they're one of the top teams in terms of hitting right-handed pitchers and team OPS for the month of May. So I'm going to give him a little slack as he faced a really hot team. But in that game before that, he had a really good, strong outing against the Guardians in which he went 8 innings, 3 hits, and 1 earned run. So I'm expecting to see something very similar today, as that matchup was at home and he's again at home today. And then we've got Chris Bassett, who's on the mound for the Blue Jays, and he's facing his former team in the Mets as he pitched for them last year. And truthfully, he's coming off back-to-back starts in which he has not pitched really well. He faced the Rays and the Twins on the road, and he gave up a combined 16 hits, 13 runs, 3 home runs over 10 innings. And guess what? He's on the road again in this one. And if you take a look at his home road splits, he's been really, really good at Rogers Center in Toronto, but on the road, it's been really rough. At home, he's a 2.16 ERA, while on the road, he has a 5.46 ERA. So since he's had his struggles on the road and he's facing a Mets lineup that's been hitting right-handed pitchers a lot better over the last few weeks, I think Verlander should be able to put together a strong performance at home on the mound today. So give me the Mets on the first 5 on the money line, and we get a pretty good odds as we have a really good pitching matchup here. For my second best bet of the day, I'm headed to a no-run first inning, so looking to make some real quick money here. My favorite bet in baseball, just 15 quick minutes, 6 quick outs is all we need to cash in. And I'm taking the Orioles, and I'm pairing that with the Giants today, -130. I've seen on Bovada. Your book might have a little bit of different odds. I don't have the ability to shop around all the different nerfy odds like I do with the other picks, so make sure you're doing your due diligence on all your books, so make sure you're getting the best value there. But we've got Logan Webb versus Dean Kramer on the mound in this matchup. And Logan Webb, he's 8-3 on the year in terms of nerfy success rate, and he's hit his last 8 in a row. So he's in really good form in terms of no-run first innings. And then Kramer on the other side for the Orioles, he's 7-4 on nerfies this year, including hitting his last 2. So again, really strong numbers on that. And then when you take a look at both of these teams in terms of runs scored in the first inning, the Orioles have a 79% Murphy success rate, so they're not a big first inning scoring team. And the Giants are 68%, which is above the league average as well. So two very strong numbers that I like to support when it comes down to backing pitchers who are also in good form, and then they're facing teams that typically don't tend to score a lot of runs in the first inning. And then both of these guys, they do limit their amount of walks as well, which I really love to see. I don't like backing pitchers and Murphys that give up a lot of free base runners or who have a lot of control issues because you get pass balls, things of that nature, which gives up easy runs. So because of that, I really like the fact that both of these guys have control, are facing offenses a little sluggish to start, and have been in good form in the first inning. So give me the no-run first inning in the Orioles and Giants as my second best bet. Now for my third and final best bet of the day, I'm going for the two-team run line steamer on this one. And I've got the D-backs on the run line, and I'm parlaying that with the Rangers on the run line. And we get to about plus 171 odds there. So really, really good odds. And both of these teams I actually like on the money line to win. So if you just want to get them at really good plus 100 value on the money line, but I'll take the plus 1.5 run line on both of these teams just as extra insurance in the parlay. So let's start with the Rangers game first. The Rangers are sending Jon Gray to the mound, and he's 5-1 on the year with a 2.81 ERA, and he's facing Luis Castillo from the Mariners, who has a 4-2 record with a 2.69 ERA. So two pitchers with ERAs under 3 should be a really strong pitching matchup. But when you dive into the numbers a little bit deeper, you can see here that Castillo, he's looked really good in his last 2 starts. He's coming off back-to-back shutout starts where he's gone 6 innings in both of those performances and give out no runs. But if you look at who he faced in the Pirates and the A's, it kind of dampens it a little bit because both of those teams have weaker lineups, especially in the month of May. So he's pitched at home against two weaker lineups at home against an Ace. I have to, take that with a grain of salt on that one. But when you dive into Castillo's numbers a little bit deeper, you can start seeing the disparity that I want to pull out here. And that is when you go to his home-away splits at home, like those 2 last matchups were, he has a 1.69 ERA. But on the road, he has a 5.06 ERA. So you can see the disparity there, how sharp he's been at home compared to on the road. And guess what? He's facing the Rangers on the road today. And then when you also look at the numbers a little bit more, he faced the Rangers earlier in the month of May. He went 5 innings. He gave up 8 hits in that matchup, 3 earned runs and 1 home run, which was a 4-3 loss for the Mariners in that one. And then when we look at Jon Gray on the other side, he also faced the Mariners in the past, and that was on May the 8th. He went 7 innings, gave up 4 hits and 1 earned run in that matchup. So both of these pitchers have faced these teams already, and we see Jon Gray has already performed better against the Mariners than Castillo has against the Rangers. And then the Rangers have won every game in May that Jon Gray has started in. So he's in really good form, getting his offense to back him up. And then when you also look at the fact that the Rangers are number 1 in team OPS, number 1 in isolated power, and they're at home, I don't think that matchup fares very well for Castillo, especially when you look at his away ERA. So give me the Rangers plus 1.5 on the run line here. But like I said, I do think you can sprinkle some on the money line as well, as I do think they should be able to get the outright win. For my second matchup, I'm going to the D-backs and Braves matchup. And we've got Charlie Morton on the mound for the Braves, and we've got Merrill Kelly on the mound for the D-backs. Charlie Morton is 5-5 on the year with a 3.59 ERA, while Merrill Kelly is 6-3 on the year with a 2.83 ERA. And Kelly, he's coming in this matchup off of a really strong outing against the Red Sox, in which he went 6 in the 3rd innings, gave up 4 hits and only 1 earned run, and had 10 strikeouts in that matchup. And then that's against a Red Sox lineup that doesn't strike out a whole ton as well. So I really like to see that. The D-backs have won 4 of the last 5 matchups that Kelly has started in. And truthfully, I just am kind of fading the Braves here. Charlie Morton, yeah, he's been decent on the road this year, which is actually pretty surprising because last year he was a lot better at home than he was on the road. But when you really look at the Braves overall in their lineup, they have not been that impressive to me over the last few weeks. And they lost 2 of 3 on the road to the A's, and the A's are one of the worst teams in all of baseball. They split the series at home against the Phillies 2-2, and then they lost 2 of 3 at home in the series before that against the Dodgers. So because of that, I don't think the Braves lineup is in the best of form. Charlie Morton, like I said, he's not pitching the best right now, but he is on the road. He might be a little bit better, but Merrill Kelly, I think he's been in much better form. I think the D-backs, their offense has been hitting the ball really well lately. Last night, they even had that comeback from behind, bottom of the 9th winner. So they've been in really good form. They steal a lot of bases, get a lot of singles, doubles, and I think that's going to cause the trouble for the Braves team, where their offense has just gone a little bit sluggish over the past few weeks. So just give me the run line at plus 1.5. But again, I think the D-backs can win this game straight up on the money line as well. But when you parlay both of those plus 1.5 run lines, Giants, we get to really good odds at plus 170 or so. And I think that's too good to pass up because of the pitching matchups here and the form both of these home teams have been in. Well, that's it for me today, my friends. Hopefully we can end off the week strong. We've been ending off Fridays pretty strong lately, been sweeping the board the last few weeks or so. So hopefully we can keep the momentum going into the weekend. And as always, if you want to get some of my other picks and plays, I'm going to start getting into WNBA as well. Make sure you guys are joining the Telegram group. So this way you're staying up to date on all my picks and all my other best bets. And as always, and see you make money. So make sure you come and join us, have a great conversation, talk some sports, chop it up as we just try to figure out ways to make some more money. As always, dictate your fate. Let's get to that bag, and I'll see you all on Monday. Later, guys. Have a great weekend. Be safe.